Hey everyone, this is Alan, back with another video today. Got to give a shout out to Howler Mouse. He's a YouTube creator that he gave me a heads up. Well, he didn't give me a heads up. Put a video out and I saw it, and he was talking about this store that I knew was in my area. It's called Ollie's Bargain Outlet, and this is their, like, you know, every store's got these little discount cards and whatever, but there's their little mascot guy, and I know they're located all over the southeast. I don't know about anywhere else, but they have like stuff really discounted, and he did a video where he had picked up a bunch of DC like hardbacks and omnibuses, omnibuy, whatever it is, and so yeah, the next day went to Ollie's and they had 2 or 3 just tables full of trades, omnibus, hardcover, you know. I was just, thank you, Howler Mouse, for the heads up. I went retarded, and I got over $1,000 worth of books, and I didn't spend nowhere near that much for these, but I'll show you what I got. Starting off with, I got a DC Showcase Green Lantern. This covers issues 18 through 38. These, I'm not a big fan of these. You know, they're kind of like phone books. They take the original material and they just reprint it in black and white. But I've never read any of the really older Green Lanterns, so I figured I'd pick it up and give it a try. But as you can see, that book retails for $16.99 and picked it up for $2.99, which is a killer deal. You know, like the damn discounts on these books were insane. This book I got from his video where he talked a little bit about it, and I'll leave a link to his channel or his video in my description. This is some good old, you know, Bronze Age horror. It's House of Mystery. This is volume 2. And he said that he talked to a guy there when he was shopping for his, and that guy said that this book goes on Amazon for over $60. And I looked it up, and yeah, they had a lot that were going for $60, and there were a couple that, you know, maybe 4 different sellers that had them for around $20. But that was the cheapest I could find, and it retails for $16.99, and again got it for $2.99. But I mean, it's just, you know, some killers. Just Bronze Age reprint horror. Good stuff, man. Hard to beat. Also picked up Justice Society of America hardcover, Thy Kingdom Come. This is part 2. They didn't have any. They didn't have part 1, unfortunately. This is, you know, Jeff Johns, Alex Ross. Book retails for $24.99 and got it for $3.99. Also picked up The Kingdom. This is a soft cover, but it's based on Kingdom Come. It's Mark Waid. Woo! Strong, protect the weak, Mark Waid. Yeah, if you're familiar with any of the, you know, diversity in comics or any of the Comics Gate deal, you know what I'm talking about there. But there was all kinds of damn, you know, creators, because it's kind of a compilation of comics that came after Kingdom Come. It includes like Dog #1, The Kingdom 1 and 2, The Kingdom Son of the Bat #1, The Kingdom Night Star #1, Kid Flash #1, Offspring #1, Planet Krypton #1. And I have like a lot of these in back issues, but this way, you know, I don't have to dig for them, and you can just pull this off anytime. Check it out. Killer stuff. Retails for $19.99. Picked it up for $3.99. Also got another soft cover, Superman vs. Darkseid. This it's a collection of stories, you know, just dealing with Superman versus Darkseid. It collects Superman number 3 from 1987. Adventures of Superman 426 from 87. Action Comics 586. Superman vs. Darkseid. Apocalypse. Apocalypse Now number 1. Superman Batman number 12 from 2004. Superman Batman 13. Countdown number 3. Death of the New Gods number 8. And Justice League 23.1 from 2013, which I had like just in this box right here actually, so I just grabbed it. It's got a cool lenticular cover on it, and I love Darkseid, so anything with him, you know, I'll usually just pick up. Darkseid is my boy. But book retails for $19.99. Got it for $3.99. I mean, there's all kinds of killer creators on that. John Byrne, Jerry Ordway, Jeff Loeb, Jim Starlin, Michael Turner, Greg Pak, you know, killer stuff. Also picked up Hardcover Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. This is Jeff Johns with Gary Frank art. And I love Gary Frank. He's currently on the Doomsday Clock, the artist on that. It's a story that was originally in Action Comics 858 through 863. It's Superman teams up with the Legion of Superheroes. Long Live the Legion. Book retails for $24.99, and I picked that up for $3.99. Starman Omnibus number 1. It's a soft cover. It's James Robinson, Tony Harris. It collects issue number 0 and then 1 through 16, I believe. And I also picked up the Omnibus number 2 because they had it. I saw in Howler Mouse's, he got volume 6. I looked everywhere, they didn't have that. These were the only 2 they had. So this is a, you know, it's a good start to get into some Starman. I've always heard killer things about it. I've never had a chance to read it, so I'm excited to jump on this. It's probably the first thing I'm going to dive into. And volume 2 collects Starman 17 through 29, and Showcase 96 number 4 and 5, and Starman Annual number 1. And both of these books were retailing for $29.99, and both of them were $4.99. So can't beat that. I mean, if you've got an Ollie's in your area, get down there, because word's getting out and these books are going really fast, because the last time I went in there, it had really went down. And I'd asked him, because I'd heard some stores have a lot more in the back, but my store, he said, this is all we have. And I've got a couple more 30 to 45 minutes away, so I'm thinking probably next weekend I'm going to ride out to one of those and just check out what they've got. This is Teen Titans, a celebration of 50 years. Talks a little bit about the history of the Teen Titans, and it reprints 17 different issues of Teen Titans from the 60s up to 2014, I believe. It's retailed for $39.99. Hardcover. Sorry, I'm at a bad angle to try to show stuff in this, but picked it up for $5.99. So killer. Also picked up, and I was really happy to get this, Jeff Smith hardcover. My Joker watch. Shazam: The Monster Society of Evil. This is from the creator of Bone. A lot of people say Bone. I'm not a redneck, but I'm from the country, and I say Bone. But this is a mini-series from 2007. And Howler Mouse said in his video some info I didn't know, that it was in Jeff Smith's contract that this would be the official origin to Captain Marvel or Shazam, you know, whatever. So I thought that's pretty cool. And the dust jacket folds out into a big poster. It's good old Billy Batson. I really like the art. There's Shazam. Killer stuff. This This book retailed for $29.99 and picked it up for $4.99. Shazam! And had to pick this up. Boom! Cover Story, the DC Comics art of Brian Boland. It's a collection of over 200 works from Boland with introductory remarks, preliminary sketches, and detailed commentaries from Brian spanning over 30 years of his career. And the actual book itself, when you take this hard dust jacket off, let me show you this, because it actually has one of my favorite drawings of his. Look at that bad boy. God, it's so badass. That's it's actually a splash page from Sergeant Rock Special Number 2 from '94. I always loved that drawing. I'd kill to have the original. But that right there is just, it's sick. I love it. There's the back. And that book retails for $39.99. And picked it up for $5.99. Try to show you a little in here. Animal Man. Some Wonder Woman. Gun to her head. This Brian Boland's sick. Love his art. You got Poison Ivy. Ah, so good. Yeah, $5.99. Alright, next. They have these DC Archive editions. These books are killer. I wish like hell they had a stack of these, or tons of these, instead of like the tons of the showcase, you know, black and white ones. They had showcases everywhere, all kinds. Batman, Aquaman, just all kinds. But they only had a few of these. But what sucks is I didn't realize they had different volumes of the same stories. So like this Teen Titans, this is volume 3. I saw Howler Mouse's video. He picked up 3 and 4, which when I saw this, I automatically assumed the rest of the yellow Teen Titans were the same book. So I didn't even look for volume 4. So now I've got to go back and pick that shit up because these books are awesome. I got 4 of these, and I watched Howler Mouse's video, and he, you know, like I said, he had the different volumes. And this is the Teen Titans Archives. This is volume 3. It covers New Teen Titans and Tales of the New Titans 1 through 4. Or New Teen Titans 17 through 20 and Tales of the New Teen Titans 1 through 4 from '82. And has pin-ups in the back and some creator biographies as well. These books are $49.99. And it was on sale for $6.99. Try to show you just a little bit of something from the inside if I can. It's killer stuff. I mean, for that money, you can't beat this. So I picked up Legion of Superheroes. This is volume 7. Some good old Silver Age goodness from Adventure Comics. This is the Frank Miller cover, and I read that he was a big fan of the Legion of Superheroes, and he put random Easter eggs of different characters in The Dark Knight Strikes Again and stuff, and Legion of Superhero costumes, like Joker wearing Cosmic Boy, and you know, a little girl was in Saturn Girl's costume. Somebody was wearing like Ultra Boy's costume in the background or something. I thought that was pretty cool. This covers Adventure Comics 359 through 361. Jimmy Olsen 106, Adventure Comics 362 through 367, and this is another $49.99 book. And all these books are still in the shrink wrap. I just couldn't wait to tear it off, but I left it on a couple. Look, $49.99, $6.99. Can't beat that with a stick. Also picked up the 7 Soldiers of Victory, Volume 3. And, just good old Golden Age reprints of leading comics from the 40s. Features Crimson Avenger, Green Arrow, Shining Knight, Star Spangled Kid, Vigilante, their sidekicks, Wing, the controversial Wing. If anybody knows about him, it's kind of a racialized Asian stereotype character. But this covers numbers 9 through 14, and each number has like 7 or 8 chapters. And it's what's cool. That's like someone like me that's into kind of the writing aspect of writing comics and just writing. It has an unpublished script for a 15th issue that was never published in the back. And it's kind of cool to see an entire script for a comic and how different it is from, the other, writing other types of media, like a play or a novel. I'm trying to just show some of that. But, and there's like the script. Just kind of interesting to see how how they set up scenes and dialogue. That's the back. And this book was $59.99 retail. $60 book for $6.99. And the last one of these archive editions, Commandy, Volume 2. Jack Kirby goodness. I love Jack Kirby. This is I'd love to get all of these. God, I wish they had all of these. I would have bought every damn one of them. Of all the titles that like Kirby created for DC, like the Fourth World Trilogy or the Demon, Commandy had the longest run at 59 issues. He wrote and did the art until issue 37, I think, and did the art. He did the art for 38 and 39 as well, and those were written by Jerry Conway. This volume covers issues 11 through 20, and I may just eventually get the rest of these damn volumes of the Commandy just so I can have the whole set, because I love Kirby. That's a $49.99 book for $6.99. The last boy on earth. Alright, next I picked up a stack of New 52 hardcover trades. Sorry, I've got so many damn books. I've had to stick them in all different spaces. First one I got is a Green Lantern hardcover. All of these are hardcover trades. Volume 3. I tried like hell to find anything from our boy, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Mr. Ethan Van Sciver, but they didn't have a damn thing with his name on it anywhere. So, picked up all these instead. This is Volume 3, The End, Jeff Johns, Doug Mankey, I don't know how to pronounce it. This was a $24.99 book, and all these were $3.99. This is Volume 4, Dark Days, Rob Venditti, Billy Tan. This is Volume 5, A Test of Wills, with Rob Venditti, Billy Tan, Van Jensen, Bernard Chang. And also Volume 6, The Life Equation, and that's Venditti and Billy Tan. Also picked up hardcover trade of Justice League. This was Throne of Atlantis. This is Volume 3. This was $24.99 retail, and picked it up for $3.99, like I said. Also had Volume 4, The Grid. Also picked up hardcover Superman, Volume 3, Fury at World's End. Scotty Lobdell, Kenneth Rocafort, and you should check out Comic Artist Pro Secrets on YouTube. That's Ethan Van Sciver's YouTube channel, and he had a live stream with Scott, and it was actually pretty cool. Scott's mom came on, talked a little bit, and I think this is right before Christmas. But yeah, Ethan's got a lot of great content on his channel. This book was also $24.99. No, I'm sorry. This was $22.99, but it was still $3.99. Also picked up Volume 4, the War. It was also $24.99. Got it for $3.99. And this included like Superman Annual #2, Superman 18 through 24, Action Comics 24. Then I picked up Volume 5, Under Fire, hardcover as well, $24.99 retail. Picked it up for $3.99. And then Hell on Earth, hardcover. This book's thicker than the rest. Thick. And this covers issues of Superman 13 through 17, Superboy Annual #1, Superboy 14 through 17, and Supergirl 14 through 17 as well. This was a $29.99 retail, and picked it up for $3.99. Almost done, I promise. We're getting to the end here. Picked up this softcover book from Scott McCloud called Reinventing Comics. And he wrote a book some years ago called Understanding Comics, and this is the sequel to Understanding Comics. This is Reinventing Comics. And from what I've heard, Understanding Comics is kind of like a controversial book, like his views. I've heard it's been roasted a lot from comic pros. But this says, in 1993, Scott McCloud tore down the wall between high and low culture with the acclaimed international hit Understanding Comics, a massive comic book that explored the inner workings of the world's most misunderstood art form. Now McCloud takes comics to the next level, charting 12 different revolutions in how comics are created, read, and perceived today, and how they're poised to conquer the new millennium. Part 1 of this fascinating and in-depth book includes the life of comics as an art form and as literature, the battle for creators' rights, reinventing the business of comics, the volatile and shifting public perceptions of comics, sexual and ethnic representation in comics. Then in part 2, McCloud paints a breathtaking picture of comics' digital revolutions, including the intricacies of digital production, the exploding world of online delivery, and the ultimate challenges of the infinite digital canvas. But it's kind of like in a comic layout. It kind of reads like a comic book, and it explains, like his theories or thoughts on, just how comics are made, a little bit of, the insight behind them, his opinions, and blah, blah, blah. But I figured it'd be, worth a read at least. And this retailed for $19.95, and it was $3.99. So I figured $3.99, it was worth picking up, even if it is, if it ends up being trash or whatever. But I figured, I could probably learn some good things about it, or about how to construct comics, because I'm starting to get into trying to write some myself. And I also picked up Batman Illustrated by Neil Adams, hardcover. They had, this is volume 1. They had tons of volume 2s. So I'll get that later when I go back later this week. And this is all of Neil Adams' Batman work, covers, stories, chronologically collected. This first volume here features all of his work from 1967 through 69. So, when he's kind of first starting out, it displays his interpretations of other DC heroes like Superman, The Flash, Aquaman, Teen Titans, and his signature character, Deadman, which, if anyone hasn't been watching Diversity in Comics Deadman reviews, you should check them out because they're crazy. But there's the Creeper. He was recently on the cover of what was it? I don't remember. Red Hood and Outlaws, I believe, from last week. Small Creeper, but like I said, they had lots of Volume 2, and I only saw one of each of Volume 1 and Volume 3. So of course I picked up Volume 3 as well. And both of these retail for $49.99, and they were on sale for $6.99. Number 3 is this one here is all of his Batman work from like 71 through today, and it has like the introduction of Ra's al Ghul. So I'm guessing if the first one covered 67 through 69 and this one covers 71 through today, I would assume Volume 2 would cover, you know, 69 through 71. But then my last pickup, which wasn't a part of the big, that was all the books I got for the DC gigantic mega sale. But look how thick this bad boy is. I picked this up. Avengers vs. X-Men is a companion. Just because it's such a big ass book, and when this first went on sale, it was over $100. Seen quite a few people bragging on like different YouTube videos that they found it for like 40 or 50 bucks. Which I know that was probably 2 or 3 years ago, but you know, I was in no hurry. I'm in no hurry to get really any Marvel, recent Marvel anyway. But for a book that was $99.99 retail, this was marked down to $19.99, so I figured, hell, I'd pick it up. Collects Avengers Academy 29 through 33, Secret Avengers 26 through 28, Avengers 25 through 30, New Avengers 24 through 30, X-Men Legacy 266 through 270, Wolverine and the X-Men 9 through 16, and number 18. Wonder why they didn't want number 17 in there. Uncanny X-Men 11 through 20, AVX Consequences 1 through 5, and A-Babies versus X-Babies number 1. I'm gonna take the dust jacket off. And it's pretty much just like a Phoenix cover. But, you know, for 20 bucks, why not? So, all together, I got 22 hardcovers, including this Marvel companion book, 7 softcovers, so that's 29 books altogether. So if you include this as part of the wholesale, my total, just retail, these books would have been $1,026.66. And without this one, it would have been $926.67. I paid altogether, including this, $161.70, and without that, $141. So over $1,000 worth of pretty much, you know, hardcovers, 22 hardcovers and 7 softs. Over $1,000 worth of books for 140 bucks. You can't beat that anywhere. So if you've got an Ollie's in your area, get out there and get you some good books for cheap. You just really, I hope like hell that after this group's gone, they see how well these sold, and they continue to get shipments in, because I would love to go down there and get these books for basically 80-90% off. You can't beat that. But yeah, hopefully you got one in your area, you can go get some good stuff on the cheap. Thank you so much, guys, for if you're still here watching. I know this has been a long ass video. I appreciate the hell out of anyone that gives me any kind of views, comments. I appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, hit the bell so you can get notifications whenever I release new content. And thank you guys ever so much. I appreciate it all, and I hope you have a good day. See you in the next one.